There are a lot of unusual letters in this world. Some of them have weird and crazy design, some of them have difficult or rare pronunciation, but some of these letters stand out its extraordinary history, and today we will talk about one such letter. Ladies and gentlemen, letter O from Ossetian Cyrillic alphabet. But at the beginning, I should say a few words about the shape of this letter. It looks pretty funny. Some people even say that this letter looks like frog. It's obviously just the combination of letters A and E. And interesting that it could have appeared in Cyrillic, because in Cyrillic all this letter occurred, but it never happened. A was borrowed the Cyrillic alphabet from Latin, and most of its history took place in Latin alphabet. First language that used Latin alphabet was obviously Latin, and Latin was the first language that used letter E, but then it had quite different pronunciation. Originally, this letter represented diphthong I or I, that also could be represented by two letters, A and E. Later, A and E united into one ligature, and thus A came into being, like in the word aeternitas, eternity. Roman Empire expanded, and with it, the alphabet became more widespread. Over time, ligature I changed and simplified its pronunciation. More and more often, people said Eternitas, not Aeternitas. And when the Roman Empire collapsed and Christianity became the most popular religion in Western Europe and Europe in general, position of Latin alphabet became even better, and a lot of languages accepted it for their writing with this ligature, because Latin alphabet actually had extremely few symbols for representation all sounds in languages that are not similar to Latin. Different languages used, and some of them continue to use it, in different ways. And there are some examples. In contrast to modern English, in Old English occurred this letter, which represented sound a, like in New English word cat, or Old English ash, name of this letter. This letter occurs now in International Phonetic Alphabet as well, and represents the same sound. Descendants of Latin also didn't forget about I. There are not I in French alphabet, but this letter is used for writing words borrowed from Greek or Latin, such as this word. I don't want to pronounce it, and it's red as just a. Scandinavian languages are very different if we talk about this letter. In Icelandic, it represents sound I, like in I pain, and in Norwegian and Danish, it could represent many sounds like a, Danish word pa, a, Norwegian word sad, and so on. But these are languages of the Western Europe. What does Ossetian alphabet have to do with this? Well, in 1844, a Finnish linguist and ethnographer, Anders Johan Sjögren, decided to use this letter in Ossetian Cyrillic alphabet for representation sound O, which is something between A and A, like in the word abstract language. This letter is generally one of the most popular letters in Ossetian language. This letter became an element distinguishing the Ossetian alphabet from others, and its use was not abundant later. And after that long history, letter A still remains one of the most interesting letters in Cyrillic and Latin alphabets. Thank you for watching.